This letter of little Jonah reflects the wish of thousands of children around the world. It's the bitter truth that talks about the lack of time to the parents who could not spend a quality time with their children. This letter was about himself, which was written by his son, addressed to Father Christmas. He was broken when he read the letter. He worked as a delivery driver for UPS. He had a look at the note before he sent it to Santa. A photo of the letter was posted by Jonah's dad to Reddit, with the caption, "I'm a UPS driver, and I cried when I opened our son's letter to Santa." The letter says, "Dear Santa, I would really like to spend more time with my dad, so I would really love and appreciate it if you could help him get off work early, because he's a UPS worker, and people are ordering so many presents. So I would love it if you could help him in any way. Sincerely, Jonah." When it was shared on social media, it received around 2,000 comments. Some people even shared their own stories in which they expressed how they missed their parents during the festive season. One of the many comments said, "Dang, this is heart-melting. It resonates big with me. My dad worked some late nights for many years during my childhood. He took a lot of overtime and worked his ass off. I do hope you can make his Christmas wish come true." Another notable comment read, "I hope every parent in this thread gets a chance to read this. I hope they understand that kids, especially when being difficult, are sometimes demanding such a simple thing." In an overwhelming response, someone said, "I know it won't help you at all, but I just want to send you and your family love for the holidays and beyond. Your kids have a rock star parent, and they'll always appreciate it." In another comment, someone said, "You're Jonah's hero, and mine too. The UPS drivers in my neighborhood are professional, patient, and polite, and they work long hours." Number 2. This letter narrates the ugly face of domestic violence around the world. A 7-year-old boy, Blake's wish to Santa was to get an extremely good dad for Christmas. He was one of the victims of domestic violence. He was staying at a Texas domestic violence shelter. This letter was found by his mom in his backpack. Blake told Santa, "We had to do all the chores. Dad got everything he wanted. Mom said it was time to leave, and she would take us to a safer place where we don't have to be scared." He added, "I'm still nervous. I don't want to talk to the other kids." He also wanted some chapter books, a dictionary, a compass, and a watch. He asked Santa, "Are you going to come this Christmas? We don't have any of our stuff here. I also want a very, very, very good dad. Can you do that too?" The photo of this handwritten letter was posted online by Safe Haven Tarrant County. It said the youngster's father was mad, so the family was forced to flee the safety center. Later, the shelter wrote, "Thanks to your donations through Santa's Sack, Blake is getting exactly what he asked for from Santa. But with 117 women and children needing shelter this holiday season, we need your help to make sure they have a safe place to stay throughout December." When the post was shared hundreds of times, many people asked how they could help the family. The shelter reassured well-wishers that both Blake and his loved ones were safe. They further wrote, "We are so appreciative of everyone's concern over the safety of Blake and his family. Victim safety has been our priority for over 40 years, and we would never compromise that through a social media post or otherwise. Blake and his mom are safe. Thank you for your concern for this family." Well-wishers offered their help and shared their own stories. One wrote, "Heartbreaking letter. Thanks for sharing." Another added, "Just as I was having a really bad day at work and feeling sorry for myself, I see this post. Puts things in perspective. I'm actually crying for this child, but I'm glad he's in a safe place for Christmas." Number 3. Unlike other kids, Caden, a boy from California, wanted only a few things from Santa. His list of wishes included just a remote-controlled car, a green jacket, and a coronavirus-free school year. In a handwritten letter, he wrote, "Dear Santa, I would do anything if you could somehow restart 5th grade with no COVID. So please, if you're the amazing Santa, could you restart it? I would be happy." He sent this letter through USPS, Operation Santa, which helps the children to get their letters to Santa. Most of the kids' letters in 2020 reflected the hardships faced by the families during the pandemic. An 11-year-old girl, Lily, a 6th grader from Maine, expressed her grief about losing her family due to the coronavirus. She wrote to Mr. and Mrs. Claus, "My grandpa died, and I could not see him because of COVID. I miss him and his big hugs." Her wish list included earrings for her mom, games she can play with her dad, clothes for her sister, and Xbox stuff for her brother. She also asked for a doll that looks real and a purple jacket for herself. "Santa, can you bring Granny a puppy so that she's not so lonely?" she added. Many children wrote about their parents' financial stress to be solved. In his letter, 13-year-old Raymond from California confessed he's not a believer, but he still asked Santa for gifts to help out his mom. He wrote, "I'm asking you to help my mom for Christmas." He further added, "Having us all home and not working due to COVID, we could use some help." Number 4. The impact of COVID-19 has shaken the kids so much due to their loss of their best friends. So their main concern was asking Santa for a cure for COVID-19. They also revealed that their families can't afford to celebrate Christmas with presents in that year. Operation Santa of USPS is taking letters written by kids to Santa to individuals and organizations and appeals to them to adopt letters and fulfill Christmas wishes in any form, from toys to necessities. That was the first time UPS saw most of the letters that showed that many families were affected by the impact of the year's hardships. Many children appealed to Santa to drive away from the coronavirus by sharing how their families were emotionally and financially affected by the pandemic. Alani, 9, shared that it was a rough year because of coronavirus and asked Santa for some Lego sets. She said, "My mom said she can't get me anything for Christmas because she's not getting paid as much, so she can't afford anything." She further stated, "I would appreciate it if my mom could get something too, because she takes care of us and gives me food and works very hard, so I just wanted something for her like a gift card." As he was only 4 years old, Barron explained that his mother wrote this letter as he cannot write. "Please make coronavirus go away," he asked. "I've been a good boy this year." Andy, 5, requested a Nintendo Switch to share with his brother. Further, he made it clear that he wants the pandemic to be over. "I know it is a lot of money, so it's okay if we don't get one," he wrote. "Thank you, Santa. I wish COVID was over so we can hug." A child named Jasmine asked Santa for 4 things: the end of COVID-19, world peace, climate control, and a new Xbox. This child was very thoughtful. You know, her first 3 wishes are very much needed at this hour. Nathan, a little boy, wrote, "For Christmas, I would like to not wear a mask." Kimberly, 13, wrote a lengthy letter to Santa. "This year has been tough for all of us due to COVID-19. My stepdad is the only one working, and because of COVID-19, he had to stop working full-time," she explained. "Now, he's working less because of COVID, and all the money he gets is for paying the rent and the bills. My parents think I'm writing this for my siblings and me, but I want to surprise them for everything that they have done this year." She asked Santa for AirPods and gifts for her 3 siblings and her financially struggling parents. A little girl, Savannah, asked for forgiveness from Santa for her behavior and her difficulties faced during online classes. She wrote, "I'm sorry if I've been bad. It's really hard because of COVID-19 and online school, or school in general," she said. "I'm trying to be good. I hope you understand." A 4-year-old named Aiden wrote, "I lost my daddy and my grandpa, and my mommy's having a rough time," he said. "Maybe you can send her some happiness." USPS said children and adults in the U.S. have sent more than 10,000 letters to Santa since October in that year alone. 2020 has seen its share of challenges affecting individuals and families in so many ways. COVID-19 resulted in job losses, temporary unemployment, and sadly, the loss of family and friends. Kimberly Frum, a spokeswoman for the USPS, said. She further stated, "The program has always been about providing holiday gifts for families who may not have the means to provide for anything more than basic everyday needs. This year, there are likely more families impacted financially and emotionally." Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.